I've had many experiences I consider to be paranormal, but I'm reasonable and open to the idea that the vast majority of those were tricks of the light or my mind playing tricks on me. Most of them, realistically, could have a very normal explanation, but this is not one of them, and it's the one experience I will swear that it was not human, it was not happy, and it was not playing nice. In the summer of 2015, my friends, my girlfriend and I spent a week at one of my friend's house. She lived on the shore of the Isle of Arran, in a house that was half modern, and the other half had been there for over a century. Her house was directly on the beach. I've always considered myself super spiritually sensitive. I usually get vibes, warnings, or whatever, as soon as I enter somewhere occupied. When I entered the house, I was unsettled, but I had to pee bad, and I ran upstairs to use the bathroom. I passed a room and saw what I thought was my friend in the nude, but we're close, and I really needed to pee. So, I just rushed to the bathroom, paying no mind, came out into the room where my friend was. Empty. And I could hear that everyone was downstairs, but I saw a female figure with long dark hair, clear as day. I dismissed it, to be honest. It isn't rare for me to have sightings, although they're hardly ever that clear. Still, it wasn't anything to worry about, right? My friend slept in that room that night. She was supposed to sleep there for the whole week. The house was gorgeous and pretty luxurious. Every room was great. But after the first night, my friend refused to sleep in that room and took the sofa instead. She said she saw a long-haired woman sat in the chair across from the bed. Twice. Almost every time I passed that room, I saw the same thing. Sometimes the figure would be sat in the chair, other times standing before the dresser, sometimes looking out of the window. The room my girlfriend and I were sleeping in shared a wall with that room, and drawers could be heard opening and closing. I'd hear heavy sighs and thuds. That woman soon appeared all over the house. She'd peer around corners. She'd show herself to almost every visitor. But it was merely bumps in the night or apparitions. But one night, something happened that completely secured my belief in the paranormal. My girlfriend and I shared a bed, and we were having a little pillow talk at around 1 a.m. Something caught my eye in the dark, and I looked up. At the window, clear as day, the woman was stood there. Her mouth was gaping. Her lower half was a blur. My girlfriend was still talking as I saw this creature approach. The woman leaped up, shrieked as she flew maybe a meter above our heads. My girlfriend, who was now aware of our visitor, and I both saw her zoom above us, out of the door, and head straight towards the room. There was another cry, a sob, and a loud bang on the shed wall. Both sounds she made sounded utterly horrifying, like someone had been delivered devastating news. Not horrifying as in scary, but like devastating amount of pain, like an insane amount of sadness. The apparition was clearly visible to me for about 15 seconds straight. This wasn't a glance or a corner of the eye trick. I looked directly at her. I watched her run at us, I watched her fly above our heads. I watched her zoom out of the room, and I heard her scream. My girlfriend and my friends all saw her, but only my girlfriend and I heard her scream and saw her in a more monstrous way. In fact, the only one unaffected was the host. She argued that there wasn't even as much as bumps in the night there, but the rest of my friends all had several experiences during the week we stayed there. I'm not sure if this is relevant, but the host, the owner of the haunted house, turned out to be abusing her boyfriend in pretty much every way imaginable, and she was the only one never to cross paths with the screaming woman. We cut off contact with her maybe 4 months after the trip, after we found out how she'd been treating her boyfriend. Regardless, this was by far my most clear experience. I couldn't stop thinking about it, and I still can barely get it out of my head. It was absolutely insane. I'd be happy to answer any questions or give any more information that I could remember to help figure out what this was. She was horribly sad. She was horribly angry. And I sincerely believe she meant to harm us. Hello everyone, SinisterShaf here. This story was The Seaside Screamer by mortzm. Thank you for letting me narrate your story. If you enjoyed this video, then please remember to like and subscribe if you have not done so already. Also, if you can, share this video with your friends. You can now also follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Links in the description box below. Thank you for watching, and, as always, stay sinister.